What's up, all? Welcome to Workspace AI. This is Hanley Young, your ex-Apple, ex-EA game development engineering manager. And today, Adam is with me as usual.
Yeah, hey, how's it going? Just have many years experience in doing video game art and video editing and things like that, and so I just love this whole new area that we're in, and doing AI art and just exploring it and seeing what we can find out.
And today, we're going to be talking about Picture the Future. ChatGPT, OpenAI came out with a new image generation model, and everyone, you must have been seeing all these Studio Ghibli pictures all over the internet. This is an example that I created myself. This is me and my family at my cousin's wedding. You can see the original source image here. And you can see it. It's really, really cool. It really matches up pretty nicely. I sent this out on our family chat, and everyone thought it was really, really cool.
I did a similar thing. I'll get to in a minute, but it's really remarkable how well it can follow everybody, and then like you can even get into the details of all the different clothing and stuff
Yeah.
like that. The background's it's really amazing.
Yeah. Like I love that. For example, like the decoration and back, this red Shuangxi happiness character in the back, double happiness character in the back. You can see it created and matched that.
That's so.
I can actually, yeah, I can actually feel like I'm in my uncle's house. Except it's like a Studio Ghibli version of it.
What's really neat is look how it like flattened like the image. Like in your other one, it's kind of like
It's skewed.
skewed,
Yeah, yeah.
and like it flattens it all and makes it look cleaner.
It
It's
did make some mistakes. So if you look at the
yeah,
bottom here, there's 4 kids sitting here at the bottom, and if we go to the generated one, there's 5 kids. One, two, three, 6 kids. So there's two too many. There's 2 girls when there was only one girl in this one.
I decided to make a twin.
Yeah, and if you look at the top row, next to my cousin and his wife, that's me right there in black. But I'm actually, and then I'm next to the guy in blue, my other cousin. And if you see in this one, I think I'm missing. I actually got removed. I got removed from the family photo. Oh my god, so sad, so sad. Anyways, next photo, next example. This was a picture of me and my girlfriend at a dessert cafe in Hong Kong, and we created the Studio Ghibli version. I just think this is awesome. Even the food looks like very eatable. And it definitely like just being in a small Hong Kong restaurant. It's got that really like tight, intimate feel, right? So that matched the Studio Ghibli style. Um, Really, really interesting. You've mostly been seeing Studio Ghibli memes all over the place, but like you can actually use this technology to do like any style you want. I actually made an example with the Simpsons style. So my girlfriend didn't like this one. She thought it was very. She says very ugly. She was kind of angry, but I guess she's not a Simpsons fan. Anything? What do you think, Adam? Anything
I,
interesting on the
I
Simpsons one?
go back to your original image for a second.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I see. Okay, so you were wearing a NASA shirt. I thought maybe I
Yep.
put a NASA shirt on you or something.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Uh,
It nailed the personal branding, actually.
it's also really well done as far as like the little logos and stuff on your shirt. Just because
Yeah,
sometimes ChatGPT in the past would make up its own letters or something like
yeah.
that. So it did a nice job.
It
There was,
nailed the Simpsons style so well too, right?
oh
Like,
yeah, it's really well done.
all right. So that was a couple examples that I ran. Adam, let's jump into your examples now.
Yeah, so you want to switch over to my Chat GTP. So here's some the actual prompt that I used here. I said turn this image into Studio Ghibli style drawing. So that's what you can use when you're doing this with your own images. You just bring it in there, and there's my daughter and some of her soccer friends, and this is what it created. We just go full size here. So it
Are
did
there
a
the right
really
number of
great
people?
job. I'm sorry.
Are there the right number of people? One, two,
Yeah,
three,
right
four,
number of
five.
people. I mean, they got, as you can see here, they got their shoes correct. Shoes correct. I mean, but they reoriented their feet a little bit and their legs, but
And
it's
the team
so
logo
well
is
done.
correct.
Yeah, the Girls Academy logo is the same. Everything,
That's
the
so
text,
cool.
all that stuff. They did an amazing job. I love the characterizations of the of like the girls. Although they added some like hair, like some bangs, and this one girl, my wife was like, "Why do they have bangs there?" But it's okay. And then I did. This is me and my family here, and did the same prompt, and this is how it came out. My daughter didn't like how she looks. She's kind of smiling here, but she's kind of, I don't know what she's doing, but she's kind of just looking at the camera. But I think it did a pretty decent job. I mean, the likeness is very well done here. And then I did. This is my wife's family, and they were just kind of posing here. I ran the prompt again, and then we got this really
Look at
great.
that! Holy cow!
Yeah, it just came out so cool, and they're all accounted for too. This is one because I remember what you said. They're all the care. I don't think they removed anybody. I think they're all here. So we got
One,
1, 2, 3,
two.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, is there one person missing?
You lost
Maybe.
somebody who got removed.
Who did we lose? I see 3 there, 2 there, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
It's
No, they're all there. I
fascinating.
guess I miscounted. I
It's
miscounted. They're
fascinating
all
that
there.
the room matches up so well, and it looks like that poster is a pretty good match
Yeah,
too. Just
this
totally
poster here
retired.
that Guami's holding there. Yeah, it really is. It's really cool. So I took these images. I was just curious how that would work with this other tool. So Kling AI, what it does is it does lots of various things. But what I try to make it do here is create a video and see if it can do any sort of cool animations or anything that can be done in this. I found that with a video, with a picture that has a lot of people in it, it really just kind of does what I see a lot of AI, a lot of like um, anime movies and TV shows. They just take a still image and then they do like a pan or a zoom in or something like
Rendering
that.
effect, yeah.
And it kind of does that basically for this one. So I was a little disappointed. It processed for a long time, and all it did is just sort of a pan out. But
So it
with
expanded the image a little bit, and it just zoomed out a little.
yeah, it just kind of zoomed out. Didn't add any blinking or nothing really. I was a little disappointed with that. But when I did the my daughter's team, they added this.
Wow!
Yeah, I mean, it's just really amazing what it was
Was
able
the
to
audio
add.
generated by the AI also?
So that's another thing. So that was another step. This is the first step I did, which was this one, which was just no sound, and what it was able to create. It's just so cool how it was able to just and it did this within minutes, so like 5 or 10 minutes processing time.
Like it's interesting. Like the arms, like I mean, if I look at it in real detail, I feel like there might be a little bit of weird stuff going on. But like,
Yeah, her arm kind of extends a little
yeah,
awkwardly,
some stuff
but
appears like kind of like out of thin air, but it's not that bad. It's so much better than like even just a month ago. Most of these video generators where like arms
yeah,
would suddenly like blip, 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 pop out,
like my
and
daughter's hair kind of does some weird things in there.
yeah,
But I mean, for being so quick and
and then
I uploaded this also, and a lot of the family loved just the how cute it was.
the vibe was
Um,
good, right? Like the feeling you got out of the animation is really good.
yeah.
And then
So
at
then in
the
the
ending
same tool,
frame, they have like the right number of limbs and everything, right? Like
yeah,
how
yeah,
they got there
and
was a little bit off, but the final frame was good.
and and like a lot of times in earlier AI stuff, the hands would get all jacked
Yeah,
up, right? Or you lose
six
fingers, or they would
fingers.
get all
Yeah, yeah.
like like looks like they're just a block for a hand. In this case, they came out pretty good. There was another sound generation level, so you can see here it says sound generation. I just sort of like said, okay, choose a couple different sound effects to add what it thinks it should sound like, and so it created some laughter and some shrieking. I don't know if I like the shrieking; it's a little weird, but I like the
Yeah,
laughter part.
sounds a little bit
There's
creepy.
there are a few other here's a few other suggestions it created, like just some crowd people in the background making noise. I don't know what's going on with them.
Oh, that's a photo sound. Like
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah.
like on the
Photo.
red,
Yeah, photo.
they're like on the red carpet, right? Like yeah, that's not bad actually. But
Yeah,
you would need the animation to have flash to match it, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, you definitely have. But this
I
is
guess
like again something from a like an art creator as I am doing videos. If I was doing something, I can always add that stuff in post. This would already get me so far along already, faster than I would ever need. I could do any of that stuff in by hand. That would take me a very long time. What was able to just process in a matter of minutes. Again, just blows my mind what I was able to accomplish in a short period of time. So those are my examples for
very, very, very cool.
AI. That's with Kling AI.
So really quickly, you took photos, you used ChatGPT to turn them into Studio Ghibli styled versions of the photo, and then you ran it through Kling AI to turn those
Right here, I
photos
just dropped it
into
in
a
this little
little
spot.
living movie, right?
Just in this little spot, it says click right in the click, drop, or paste. You just pop it in there, and then you just click create, and you can suggest what it did. So my prompt for this one is I chose for them to be hugging and laughing
So you
and posing
prompted
for a
for that.
camera.
It didn't create. It didn't pick that on
Right.
its
So it did.
own. Okay,
Yeah, I
gotcha,
actually literally typed in the what I wanted it to do, and then 5 seconds or 5 minutes later or
gotcha,
so,
gotcha.
it created it out.
Very,
Um,
very cool. All right,
so yeah, you
let's
still have
take
to go to the prompt. Yeah.
All right, let's go ahead and take a look at another video example. Adam, this is something that we were looking at and just amazed by earlier. Everyone prepared to be amazed. We can't show the whole thing, but there's this video. If you look on PJ Ace's YouTube channel, he specializes in making whole trailers out of this AI generation. This is a little bit from his Lord of the Rings example. Obviously, we're not going to show the audio or the whole video as we respect his copyrights. But Adam, do you want to explain what we think he did?
Yeah. I based on what we had seen and read, it looked like he took screenshots from
Hmm.
the actual um, movie and then brought those scenes one at a time into Kling AI, and then gave some prompts, and then it created the short little clips of each one of those, and then he ended up putting them together in a final edit, and then he used the sound from the movie and the sound effects, and layer that in there to create the full final piece.
It's
That's
just
my
simply,
understanding.
yeah, it's just simply astounding. The end effect is a whole like Lord of the Rings movie trailer, completely in Studio Ghibli style. And I don't know how you felt, but when I watched it, I was like, please, someone make this movie. Like, it's just so
Yes,
awesome.
yes, I really wanted it to be a real thing. And there actually is a an anime style. I don't know if it's not quite Ghibli style, but there is a Lord of the Rings AI movie out, or AI. Well, Lord of the Rings, edit that part out. The part where the anime style Lord of the Rings movie is out,
Was it?
but it's not quite this style. It's like a really, I just love the Ghibli style of, I don't know what
Yeah,
it is, like
yeah.
the softness
This,
about it, the watercolor backgrounds, something.
yeah. It's just such a nostalgic and moving art style, right? Like it's just legendary.
Yeah.
All right, so we've got a little game for everybody. I made this image right here. Go ahead and screenshot it right now. But on the left is my original profile photo, and I actually created it in 9 different cartoon styles. So go ahead and leave in the comments what your guess of these 9 styles are. Adam, don't guess. Let's let them guess, and we will let you know if you're right or wrong in the comments. All right, screenshot it. Wait, freeze, hold. All right, let's move on. All right, so the last topic we want to talk about is as amazing and as cool as all this is, there's a big ethical discussion going around about this. This has really brought to light the ethical discussion because we all love Studio Ghibli movies and we have the deepest respect for what Miyazaki and his team have done over the years. And the question is this stealing? Did OpenAI steal from Studio Ghibli and release this feature? Are users using this feature stealing? Adam, what are your thoughts?
Um, I personally don't find it exactly stealing, only because I look at it more of like a filter. like in Photoshop, you can go ahead and take your image into Photoshop and then choose a painting of make it look like Dali or some style of art or whatever. Even a more modern version of art, you can make something look like that. It's kind of a filter, and it's an art style that you can go ahead and create. I don't personally find this stealing exactly because you're also you're using our original photographs and things like that to then convert into this style. So I don't find it that much of that. Stealing is just kind of a almost an homage, just like almost like a tip of the hat to the artists who create that
Yeah.
style.
Yeah. I mean, and there's definitely some would say one of the arguments is that it's a positive thing for Studio Ghibli because it's brought so much attention and people that might have been aware of Studio Ghibli but weren't didn't know a lot about them. This has given an opportunity for maybe a billion people to all of a sudden deep dive and learn about Studio Ghibli. And for fans, it's like homage week to Studio Ghibli, right? The whole world's like praising them
Absolutely.
at the same time. But for me personally, I do think it's stealing actually, because if we think about how these systems work, they're trained. Well, it's interesting. We don't know exactly what it was trained on, right? Like, was it trained on fan art that was drawn in Studio Ghibli style, or was it like trained on the actual like Studio Ghibli movies and content itself? And then like when you're generating, it's basically segmenting, cutting up all everything has been trained into little pieces and then pulling all those pieces in a statistical way to try to match kind of like what hint you gave it, the input image. So it's kind of like the music sampling space, right? I think we ended up in a place where the laws are that if there's a certain percentage of the song was like sampled, then it's not an original work or something. I think that's going to be where we end up on all this. Um, we're gonna
I
need.
think
Yeah, go ahead.
I was just going to say I hear what you're saying. I agree to an extent. I guess if it depends on the end result of
Yeah,
what the person is doing to create this stuff. Like for instance, someone's going to create a Lord of the Rings movie, or if he's just like the trailer stuff he did, is that's just for fun to put out there. But if he's like claiming it's his and it's original or it's it's that if anyone is doing that kind of thing, trying to claim their style as their own, that to me is stealing.
yeah,
Obviously, it's but,
yep,
but because you're using a kind of a filter and you're kind of almost more of a, like you said, it's a trend. And a month or two, it's going to probably be a new trend of some other style or
yep,
something like
yep,
that. So I don't know.
yeah.
It's a fine line.
Yeah, I agree. And for me, it's not necessarily like is it stealing or is it not? Like it's some kind of moral black and white question. It's kind of where do we want to go with this technology as humans, right? Like personally, I would love to get to the place where these AI systems are. I think Google Bing already does. Sorry, not Google Bing. Microsoft Bing does a good job of this with Copilot and searching. In that their system knows where all this different data where the original training data was from. And when it generates like a paragraph or an image in this case, you can actually look at some notes on the side and see where each little piece, where that data came from. And then on top of like accreditation and saying that like, like this character was in the Studio Ghibli style trained from this movie. This character was from like another movie or whatnot. Eventually, we're also going to need a business model for this, right? Where the original IP owners can get paid for their contributions. So otherwise, no one's going to create anything new, right? And we're just going to be stuck with whatever you can train on today. So, anyways, that's where I see this world is going. Any last comments before we move on?
Yeah, no, I think that in my opinion, when you just do a text to image generation,
Yeah,
um, that I feel gets into more of the line of stealing because you're like you said, it literally is taking you
yeah,
know images, putting them all together into something new. Um, Whereas, like, if you take my original drawing of what I did and then try to convert that drawing into something like a 3D model or whatever like that, I feel that's less stealing, right? Because you're
because it's
starting with the
based on
original.
your original creation.
Exactly. Yeah.
Interesting. That's an interesting perspective. Yeah. All right, so one of the topics that's kind of going around right now is a lot of people are kind of like yelling at people like you're terrible, you're evil, you should not post this Studio Ghibli style image that you have, and they say Miyazaki hates it, and what everyone's pointing at is a video on YouTube. You can go search for it, Hayao Miyazaki AI reaction, and there's a clip from 2016, I believe, where some of his team are showing him their AI studies and their AI experiments, and he's just disgusted by it, and he just thinks it's terrible. These are a couple of the frames from the video clip where he says, "I'm utterly disgusted. I strongly feel that this is an insult to life itself." And there's even a clip where the team member that's showing the experiment is like crying because he felt like he's so let down the master. Adam, did you have any reactions to that video?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a little taken out of context in the fact that he was responding to a video of like a disgusting like zombie blob being moved across the floor, and I guess the
Yeah,
AI is controlling it somehow, and he was responding to his he has a friend that has disability, and I think that might have kind of struck him more as a
triggered him.
personal,
Yeah,
yeah, triggered him to feel more angry about this than he would have been. I would love to know how he feels about the Ghibli trend that's going on right now, and I would imagine to say that he was probably be pretty upset with all this
yeah,
AI creation. But
yeah.
I don't know. Maybe he's kind of turned his opinion on it
Yeah,
later.
I feel the same way you do. I mean, I felt pained when I was watching that video too, because I worked in Japan with some of these Japanese companies for short periods of time, and like I know, like they work so hard and care so much about their work that when you see one of the masters upset like that, you definitely feel that deep sense of guilt. So I got that feeling from that video too. But this was 2016. The world in
Yeah,
AI was in a very different place at that time. So if
yeah,
anyone can get a hold of Studio Ghibli and get an updated opinion from them, I'd love to hear that.
yeah.
So yeah,
Put the link down below for us. Okay.
yeah,
I'm gonna
please,
see it.
please, if you have any, if you found any reference to some updated thoughts, let us know. So that's pretty much it. Again, today the two tools that we shared was ChatGPT, GPT 4.0 image generation. Go to the ChatGPT OpenAI website to learn more about it. And then the other tool was Kling AI, KLINGAI.com, or just go Google Kling AI. And that is for text and image to video generation. Super cool tool as well. Any closing thoughts, Adam?
No, I just that I love these new tools, and I can't wait to start playing around with them even more and see what we come
Yep.
up with.
All right. Thank you, everybody, and see you guys next time on Workspace AI Live.